I really like that question because, frankly, I think it fully embodies the way to think about what invention is, right? I mean, when we think about science and the scientific journey, there's an arc of discovery that we're ultimately trying to follow, we're trying to understand. And yes, in some cases we can get ahead of it. We can get ahead of the traditional arc. We can think about things that might have been a little bit of ahead of their time or a lot ahead of their time, as has often been attributed to Einstein. But I think this is best characterized in the context of Mozart, right? Which is that if there weren't Mozart, the pieces of Mozart never would have been created. There isn't an inevitability to solving the sorts of things that are more on the creative side. And this is the beauty of inventing the future in my mind. And not that I would ever put myself on the same footing or even the same plateau or even the same mountain as a Mozart. But to me, what inventing the future is having that creativity to imagine what is the future that we want? How can we create the frontier that allows it to happen? How can we work backwards to define those steps that allow us to get from here to that future? But the important piece, and this is one of those things that I think often gets lost, the invention process is not a linear process. And it's a concept to me that actually goes all the way back to Galileo and gets reinforced by Edison, which is that we have to learn in this process, because when you make a leap, you land in an unknown territory. You're foraging new ground. And the second that you land there, the world is not what you expected. And you have to take the information you're getting from that new frontier and incorporate it, and then take your journey to the next step. So it's great to be able to imagine the future that you want, but then you have to walk that path that allows you to actually get there. And even that future that you were trying to get to is often a different future than you originally thought you were going down. And it's in that context that I think there's that imagination, but the recognition of how you make it real. And that reality and the willingness to stick with it as you go through the inventive process is something that requires a tremendous amount of fortitude that, to me, I actually find an exhilarating part of the journey, as you can bring forth a future that not even you imagined when you set out to try to invent the future.